Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon. We are back with another video. Today, I'm revealing 3 crypto assets that I'm buying right now at the end of October, start of November 2025. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and make sure to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. Link is in the description below. Grab it now, and let's talk about these 3 assets. Hey, getting straight into it, guys, I should have mentioned these are 3 assets outside of Bitcoin. So again, the only reason I'm buying anything other than Bitcoin is because I believe it has the potential to outperform Bitcoin on a percentage basis. And asset number 1 that I'm mentioning in today's video is Solana. It's hard to argue with the on-chain technical analysis of Solana. Huge amount of daily active addresses, huge amount of activity happening from an on-chain standpoint. Yes, a lot of it is being driven by memes and some of the meme casino, but we're seeing legitimate use cases for Solana coming on-chain, tokenized stocks, tokenized real-world assets. You can now long and short different assets with different perp dexes on Solana. You can provide liquidity to different stocks and tokenized assets on Solana as well, on dexes like Radium, Orca, and even BuyReal, the new perp dex from Bybit. And so lots of big things happening on Solana. More recently, in terms of price action, it's been holding above the 200-day simple moving average. We're currently at $192 per token. And if you've been following the channel here, you know that I do think Solana has the potential to go and retest previous all-time highs, getting up to somewhere close to $300. Yes, we have to come and retest $214, $220 first. And then we have to get above 250. And then we can go on to retest those previous all-time highs. But I do think that's possible for Solana. I think you could be seeing a $400 or $500 Solana. My base case is somewhere around $500 to $600 by the peak of the cycle. And I made another video recently talking about Solana dominance because it does have some more room to get to the upside before we hit previous resistance. Again, zooming out to a weekly here, you have some room for Solana dominance to move back towards this 4% level. And if we get up to somewhere around 5% by the peak of the cycle, I think that means Solana getting up to somewhere around $500 or $600 per token. Again, if we're going to go to $7 trillion, maybe even $8 trillion by the peak of the cycle, I think there's more room for Solana left to run and lots of interesting stuff happening from an on-chain standpoint. Pick number 2 in this video is going to be none other than Bittensor Tau. You guys know I've been covering Tau for a long time on the channel. Lots of content coming out for Tau in recent weeks. What we're looking at here locally on the chart is the fact that you have a breakout of this medium-term downtrend. This downtrend goes all the way back to the highs at the beginning of December 2024. We just recently broke out of it here at the middle of October. We've come back down for a retest on the trend line and retesting and holding that 200-day simple moving average for Bittensor's price action here. I'm hoping that we can have this level hold for the downtrend and the 200-day to allow us to move even higher. I'm not going to get into all the intricacies in today's video, but you guys know all of these subnets on Bittensor provide a phenomenal asymmetric opportunity to get exposure to startups that are essentially revolutionizing the decentralized AI economy, and you have the ability to earn phenomenal staking yield. You also have the ability for some of those subnets to outperform Tau on a percentage basis, thereby increasing your Tau exposure and increasing your Tau bag over time. It has a hard cap supply, 21 million tokens. We know that's going to be there ad infinitum. And so the scarcity element and the tokenomic structure being somewhat similar to Bitcoin means that we have the ability for Bittensor to run much, much higher in terms of price, in my opinion. Again, nothing in this video is financial advice, guys. Make sure to check out the charts yourself. Make sure to check out the fundamentals, but lots of exciting stuff happening with subnets on the charts, with all the stuff that's actually being built under the hood. And the more and more that I look into subnets, I really just think that I should be allocating more capital into Tau, more capital into subnets, and having that as the mainstay of my entire portfolio, because there's such lucrative staking yields to generate consistent cash flow and phenomenal upside potential. So check out Tau, do the research, make sure to understand what's actually happening under the hood. Pick number 3 is going to be a little bit of a different one here. We've seen a lot of hype around Aster over the past few weeks. with the perpdex meta, yes, we've had a drawdown in price here. I'm going to use a 4-hour chart because we don't have a lot of historical data. We're currently sitting at $1.13. We recently came down to this 92 cents area to find support. We had a big wick down with that Friday, October 10th drawdown and flash crash in the markets. But when you think about the fundamentals here of Aster versus other perpdexes in the space, I'm going to refresh coin market cap here, and we're going to go back to the top assets over on this left-hand tab. We know Hyperliquid has been the winner of that perpdex meta over the past 12 months, and centralized exchanges are waking up to the fact that you have this perpdex meta gaining traction and retail investors ultimately wanting to have more self-control and self-custody over their assets. Hyperliquid is a top 10 crypto when we exclude stablecoins with a market cap of just under $14 billion. Aster has kind of stormed onto the scene and has built a pretty solid market cap for itself in its first couple of months here at 2.28 billion. But when you think about the amount of activity happening on Aster, it's being backed by Coinbase. You have CZ talking about it. You have Binance understanding. Sorry, did I say Coinbase? I meant to say backed by Binance. You have Binance understanding that you have more self-custody being something that retail investors want to double down on. And I think the future of trading is going to be on perpdexes. And, you know, Binance has been a bit of an underdog story with the BNB chain, but credit where credit's due, BNB is technically the fifth largest crypto by overall market cap, pretty much exact same as XRP. It did flip XRP there last week for a few days at some point. But when you think about the structure of the tokenomics here for BNB, CZ and Binance implemented a burn mechanism. If they do something similar with the Aster token, I think you could be looking at prices squeezing to the upside. It's currently 5 to 6x undervalued against Hyperliquid. And if it's really going to be a true competitor to Hyperliquid, I definitely think you could see some percentage points being made up there in terms of market cap for Aster versus Hyperliquid. Again, if they introduce any kind of burn mechanism, we know BNB is a deflationary token. This number of circulating supply only goes down, which squeezes price to the upside. It's been one of the few tokens that has outperformed Bitcoin in recent months. And I think if anything similar is implemented from Binance with Aster, you could see prices moving up here to, $4, $5, even $10 or $12 by the peak of the cycle. So those are my 3 picks. Those are what I'm looking at here in October, November of 2025. Check it out yourself, guys. Do the research. Make sure you look at the fundamentals, understand what's happening under the hood with these teams, with the people. The whole Tau ecosystem is huge, and you have to look at each individual subnet in and of itself if you're going to take on exposure to the alpha tokens. But with great risk comes great potential reward, and you have to understand the dynamics at play with all of those individual subnets. So check them out, do the research, do the fundamentals, use the charts and the technical to help you out as well. If you have questions, I'm here to help. Drop them in the comments below this video. That is it for today's video, guys. If you got any value at all out of these 3 picks, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below. Let's do it right now. Under my finger, there is a thumbs up button to give the video a like. Smash that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon. Grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's in the description waiting for you. My gift to you, and we'll catch you in the next one.